A country where more people are ready to sell their education for food has already demarketed itself. Government demarketed Nigeria. Problem no dey finish, so make you dey try to enjoy. But in enjoying, please remember to be safe wherever you are. The foreign missions in Nigeria led by the U.S. Embassy recently issued a security alert to their staff and nationals in Nigeria. Mind you, the alert was to their national, whom they owe a responsibility to, and not to Nigerian government, when FI say they no owe responsibility to us citizens. Instead of taking precautions to reinforce our security network and reassure citizens of our preparedness to carry out their constitutional mandate of securing lives and property, boom, typical of our government, our Minister for Information is grandstanding and threatening the foreign missions that Nigerian government will not take it lightly with anybody attempting to demarket Nigeria. English. Remember, we are in the ember months, and a lot of people will do any and everything for money, including kidnapping and social vices, as December approaches. Also, remember, we are approaching a general election, and a lot of insecurity generally happens as this period of our history, apart from our general insecurity in the land. So, I need not remind you to take heed. While we agree that there's general insecurity everywhere in the world, including America, where gun running is still a big problem and street killing is on the increase, ours in Nigeria is a peculiar case, as we really do not need any foreign national or mission to tell us that we're in dead strait as we approach the general election. And even security is not taken seriously and the security tackled, some of these non-state actors might want to seize this opportunity to reinforce their presence and threaten our coexistence. So nobody is demarketing Nigeria more than our government that has refused to make the country at least 80% safe for all of us. A part of the country is displaced by fraud and submerged in water. Rather than visit victims and assess the damages, while finding lasting solution to the now perennial problem, what did our president do? He hopped on the next available plane to Korea for a summit on biosummits. Our president will rather visit flood victims in America, if given the opportunity, than visit those displaced by the same flood in Cotton Cafe, close to him in Abuja. He would rather attend a summit in Australia than visit a state ravaged by bandits in Nigeria. Who then is demarketing Nigeria? If you ask me, who I go ask? The central bank governor issues a directive on the redesigning of the Nigerian currency to enable them mop up huge cash liquidity outside of the banking system. The Ministry of Finance, an integral part of the government economic team, is not in the know of such arrangement, even as the president, who is not an economist, claimed that the idea was beautiful when they presented it to him, so he immediately gave his nod, without requesting a wider consultation with other stakeholders on timing and other auxiliary consideration. Even with the immediate consequences staring us in the face with a multiple jump of the naira in the forex market, rather than retreat, reassess, and reevaluate, we are still stubbornly pushing ahead with the idea because, as usual, contracts have definitely been approved and awarded. Tell me, which policy has Emefiele, the central bank governor, ever introduced that strengthened the naira? And he's still there sitting as governor. I even wanted to be president at the time. Yet, Alhaji Lai Mohammed is pointing accusing fingers or looking for who is demarketing Nigeria. I laugh. While we are that, the spokesperson of the National Association of Terrorists, Bandits, Kidnappers, and Allied Profession, a group that has consistently shown to be more government than government these days, our Sheikh Gumi, issued a warning that if the currency is redesigned, then bandits will start demanding ransom in dollars. And you know what that means to the naira. No arrests, no invitation, no interrogation by security operatives. If that is not demarketing Nigeria, I don't know what you call it. Treating terrorists with kid gloves and negotiating with them after major attacks, refusal to deal decisively with insecurity, rehabilitating bandits and terrorists while shooting at defenseless protesters are some of the symptoms of demarketing and not issuance of alerts on the basis of insecurity realities. A country where corruption is a huge ministry in government as leaders steal what they don't need and the followers wait for their turn to steal, where your professors and professionals would rather go do demeaning jobs in foreign land, even as your PhD holder struggle to be truck drivers, does not need anybody to demarket it. A country where university students spend more time at home than in their classes due to industrial actions and payment of workers' salaries celebrated as achievement, even as pensioners are dying in droves waiting for their entitlement and government officials take pleasure in double speaking, is already demarketed, and stating the obvious is not demarketing. I will therefore advocate that until we unbundle Nigeria and govern it as smaller, stronger federated unit contributing to a center for the benefit of the weaker ones, we'll continue to look for who to blame for our ineptitude and inefficiency until the system eventually collapses on all of us. Well, not everyone agrees with me, but feel free to air your thoughts on the matter and other previous ones by following us on all our social media platforms shown on your screen. A problem you close your eyes to does not stop being a problem simply because you ignored it. See you next week.
Thank you.